Hey y'all, Kelly Whitney here with another thing older black women should tell younger black women, but don't follow behind a man. This lesson comes from a YouTube video that I saw recently from TikTok Tea with Cece. The title of the video is Reason Women Are Not Making Sacrifices for Men. And the entire video is based on one TikTok video of a young woman who looks to be in her 20s. She's crying, saying, I moved 15 hours away from my home to be with my boyfriend. I've been here a month and he just told me that he wants to pursue another woman that he has fallen in love with. I don't know anything else about the video. I haven't actually seen the original one. She's just talking about how she has no support at all. She did have a job. She was a preschool teacher, so I know she didn't have a lot of money. Cece, who owns the channel, stitched in 3 different women's responses. Now, most of the responses were as you would expect. They were supportive of the girl, telling her they're sorry that she's dealing with that and encouraging her to move on and to not go back to him because he's definitely going to come back after the new relationship he's trying to pursue fails. And they're telling her, don't let him, which I advocate 1000%. I'm not somebody who's going to ever suggest that you go back to a man more than once, because whatever he did that made you want to get away from him the first time, that shit is not going to be magically fixed because he said, oh, I've changed. Miss me with that. I've never been somebody who's gone back to men, never. And I have never regretted it, not once. The main thing that I wanted to talk to you about was this last woman's response. She was saying, you know, she read in the comments how everybody was suggesting that the girl ghost the guy and move into a hotel and leave quietly and never let him see her grieving and crying. And she was saying, that you want to cry in his face because you feel some type of way? Right. If you're upset, curse. Direct your anger at the right person. Don't internalize it. Get it out. And I support that 1000%. The only thing is, I would not deliberately antagonize somebody because man, bear. Okay. The second piece of her message that I thought was worth repeating to you guys is she said, no, you absolutely should not leave quietly and go move into a hotel. Do you realize how expensive that's going to be? You're going to get screwed twice because now you have to pay for new accommodation. Unless he's paying for it, why would you incur that kind of expense? I support that 1000% because hopefully this is how the situation would go if it was me. Hopefully that was a 2-bedroom apartment. Mr. Man comes and says, you know, I've fallen in love with somebody else. I know you only been here a month. This is not what I expected. Whoop-de-bam. So yeah, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's some hoe shit. But okay, so we're not together anymore. We are officially broken up. Now I'm your roommate and I'm gonna be here and I'm not gonna be paying rent because I need to save my money to get my new living situation sorted out. And that's on that. That's how that shit would have went. I'd have been going to work to the preschool, looking for studio apartments. If it was not possible for me to go back home, and would have done that thing just like that. I'd have cooked my little food in the kitchen, ate my little food quietly, wouldn't have been engaging him at all. Been in that second bedroom, posted up, made it homey and comfortable while I was getting all my little pieces and ducks in order to move into my studio. You see what I'm saying? All that would have happened and he would have been like, she really don't care. No, because anybody who treats you like that is not worth caring about. I do not support the idea, frankly, of a woman uprooting herself to move in with a man who is not her husband, because where is the incentive for him to treat you well? You see what I'm saying? He's a boyfriend, you're a girlfriend. That's not enough commitment. And nobody said how long they had known each other or anything like that, but it was thin. So all I can assume is she was trying to get away from something, and that's why she didn't immediately just return home, because quiet is kept, y'all. The same scenario happened to me. I know, you're shocked. But it did. I was 26 years old and I met a lobbyist and he lived in DC. We dated. He seemed like a great guy. He was super funny, super smart. He was cute. Whoop-de-man. He was a little fat, but you know, I don't hold that against nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I moved. Immediate mistake. Immediately knew I had up. All the things that he said were gonna happen when I was here in Chicago. When I got to DC, they vanished. Poof, nothing, okay? I got hives. I was so upset. The skin that you guys love to compliment me on, I was up. All over my face, all over my arms. He was just aggravating me all day. He had no doors for his kitchen in his condo. You could walk through the kitchen into the living room. You could walk in a circle. I remember one time he was fighting with me about something. I wasn't even listening to him. He was just following behind me. I deliberately walked in a circle through the kitchen to the living room, through the kitchen to the living room 6 times, and he followed behind me and didn't even notice that he was following behind me in a circle until I turned around and said, you fat, stupid, do you realize you just followed me in a circle 6 times? I'm not even listening to you. Shut the fuck up. You girls always had a lot of nerve, you know. I left not long after that and went home. Thankfully, I had my own car. I wasn't completely broke, so I wasn't out there bad, and I did have somewhere to go back to. I went home to my mother. There was no issue. She welcomed me in with no recriminations, never said, oh, I told you so, none of that. And I was blessed that I had that option, because I know a lot of times in this situation, we don't always have that option. That's why if you're gonna take a risk, make sure you have the resources and the wherewithal to care for yourself in the event everything doesn't pan out the way that it should. Have your own money, have your job set up, have your eye on potential places where you might have to live if the cohabitating situation does not work out, all that. The one thing about the video that I love was this woman who said, yeah, I would not move out. I would not incur additional expense on top of being mistreated by this person. I would sit right in that apartment as his roommate until I had saved the money and organized my situation, and then I would move out. And I support that. If it's safe in a situation like that for you to do so, and that man is not abusive and crazy and all that, I would do exactly the same thing, because now we're not together. We're roommates. I wouldn't care if the wanted to bring the bitch home. Hey, how you doing? Good to meet you. Y'all take care, have a good time, and sit up and eating Chilean sea bass in his house. What? Because that's the thing. We try to behave gracefully with people who don't deserve grace. If somebody mistreats you, is careless with you, is negligent with you, you're not obligated to be nice to them in return. Remember that. And I think a lot of times older Black women don't talk to younger Black women about situations like this or warn them what could happen, because we don't want to be accused of stifling you or stopping you from doing something or taking a chance. And sometimes y'all don't listen, frankly. We could say, this isn't a good idea. Y'all want to give it a shot anyway. Oh, okay. All I'm saying is be prepared for things to not turn out the way that they should, and prepare thoughtfully, intentionally, with your own security and comfort in mind. Sometimes these men, they do the dun-dun-dun-dun, and it is what it is, and we have to respond and react on the fly. Just do what's best for you in all situations involving men who are behaving badly. Do what's best for you. That's all I got for today. I hope y'all come back for the next video.